All right, congratulations and welcome to step 3. If you've made it through step 1 and step 2, you realize how important this work is to go deep below the surface and really get at those fundamental aspects of your organization, who you're trying to benefit, and what that benefit looks like. The payoff is now that you have access to a printout, a PDF version of your summary, which for the process is really just the beginning. In terms of follow-up, if you want to go deeper into this with your organization, you can contact me at strategybystone.com and click on schedule a consultation. There will also be some additional videos for those of you who may not need to go a whole lot beyond this, but want to ask some additional questions and look at different ways that we can use the tool. Thank you for your interest and good luck.
Step 3 in the process is when you receive your Strategy Zones summary report that puts together all of the input that was provided on the front end, gives you some information that you can keep, and in some subsequent videos I'll show you some additional things that you can do with that information. But for now, I just want to walk you through the contents of the report that you'll get back. As you can see here, we're still working with this fictitious organization called the Oasis. We'll start with part 1, and we remind you of how you defined your organizational core. So there you have the elements of the organizational core that we put in on steps 1 and 2. The next part of the report is where we show you the summary. Now, for purposes of this, I just used one specific example, which was a community pool that was at the Oasis. And it shows you how you rated each one on the scales. And again, you'll have a complete list of those, one for each program. Then it shows you the zone and where this particular program ends up on the zone based on your input. And you can see in this one, it's down in the bottom corner in the red zone. So we give you an explanation then of what that means. And in this case, this is in the failed venture category, which basically it's so far removed from your core and it's losing so much money. We have some serious questions to ask, like, does it provide any other type of benefit that justifies it? Can it be made profitable? If we do try and make it profitable, to what extent are we kind of working against our core programs? And if necessary, how do we get out from under it? So again, you'll get one of these for each of the programs. And then part 3 is, again, the summary sheet, where now we're looking at, let's look at the overall mix of all of these programs. And you can print out a copy of one of the strategy maps and put them all together on one. But this part 3 contains some information for how you should look at this overall, because as we've been saying all along, the idea behind this is to how do you get the programs into a mix that is sustainable and that you're allocating your resources on those programs that are most closely aligned with your organizational core. So this just provides some narrative for you, a couple of things to keep in mind, some tips for how you look at this. And again, I don't want to read this to you, but you will get all this information in the report. And I want to say again, in some later videos, we'll talk about how you can then go back and play some what-if scenarios and say, for example, if we wanted the community pool to end up somehow it's got enough benefit to us that we've got to get it away from where it is, what would it take for us to do that? So if we started attracting more people, if we somehow moved it closer to the core, just gives you a chance to move around some of these on the continuum and then figure out what it would take to get to that particular position. And the last part is an invitation for you if you want to do some additional follow-up on this work. There's some contact information here at the bottom. I do welcome questions and comments, and even if it's self-contained for you that the tool is all you need, I'm happy to work with you on that. Again, I appreciate your attention to this, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.